In the depths of the Great Recession, I found myself standing at a crossroads I never saw coming. For 9 years, I had poured my heart into my job, providing for my family as the sole breadwinner. But then the layoffs came like a storm, sweeping away countless livelihoods. I was one of the lucky ones who kept my job, but luck is a strange thing. My hours were cut to just 30 a week, too little to sustain my family, too much to qualify for unemployment. I was stuck, desperate, and out of options. So, I made the hardest decision of my life. I packed my bags and moved 2 states away, 5 hours from my wife and children, just to secure a job that would put food on the table. I had to leave my family behind in our home, clinging to the hope that we could sell the house and reunite soon. But life had other plans. Every Friday, after grueling 10-hour shifts, I would get in my car and drive 5 hours home. I'd embrace my family for a fleeting weekend, then, come Sunday night, with a heavy heart, I would drive 5 hours back, preparing for another long week. Week after week, month after month, I endured this relentless cycle. The exhaustion was bone deep, the loneliness unbearable. And as the house refused to sell, I realized that I couldn't do this forever. I had to find a way back home. But how? The economy was in shambles, and jobs in my home state were scarce. The weight of uncertainty pressed down on me, suffocating my hope. In my desperation, I turned to the only source of strength I had left. I prayed. God, you know the desires of my heart. You know what I need. I just want to provide for my family and be there for them. Please, open a door for me. With renewed faith, I began applying for jobs back home. To my surprise, I landed 2 interviews, both on the same day. It was my only chance. So, I carefully planned it out. On Sunday night, I made the familiar 5-hour drive, only this time, it wasn't just a visit, I was fighting for a way back. Monday morning, I woke up early, heart pounding, and set off for my first interview, an hour away. 2 hours later, I left feeling hopeful. Then, I drove another hour to my second interview. This one was different. It wasn't just a quick conversation, it was a 6-hour process. I met with everyone, from managers to executives. By the end of the day, I was physically and emotionally drained. But I had no choice, I had to drive back that night. Somewhere along the highway, exhaustion hit me like a tidal wave. My eyelids grew heavy, my body begged for rest. I pulled into a gas station, reclined my seat, and took a 30-minute nap, just enough to keep going. When I finally made it back late that night, I collapsed into bed, whispering one last prayer before sleep took me. God, please, let me get this job. Tuesday morning, the first company called. They offered me a position, $70,000 a year. It was exactly what I had been making. A fair offer. A safe offer. But I hesitated. Can I think about it? I asked. I was still waiting on the second company. Wednesday morning, I was at work when my phone rang again. It was them. My heart pounded as I answered. We'd like to offer you the job, they said. I held my breath. And what's the salary? $85,000 a year. I nearly dropped the phone. Not only had God answered my prayer, but He had given me more than I had asked for. I was overwhelmed with gratitude. That afternoon, I made the call to the first company and respectfully declined their offer. Then, I let the relief wash over me. This battle was over. I was finally going home. Looking back, I see the power of faith, perseverance, and prayer. I had spent weeks praying during every drive, every sleepless night, every weary morning. And in just 2 days, God gave me not 1, but 2 job offers. He made a way when I saw no way. If you are in a season of waiting, let this be your reminder: God hears you. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep praying. Because sometimes, what feels like a breakdown is just the setup for a breakthrough.